All right. YB, how's it going?
What's up, your dog? Chilling, man. Just, posted up.
Glad to finally have you here.
Yeah, man, it was a long time coming, man. I was like, damn, what do I got to do to get on the Cam Capone news?
Little did you know,
And
just reach out.
yeah,
That was
no.
it.
And then I was like, Blue Devil was like, hey, fool. He's like, why ain't you been on Cam Capone? I was like, man, I might have to diss this fool to be on there. And then I was like, man, Cam Capone. And look at me now.
Just for the future, for everybody listening, that's not a strategy to
Nah,
get on
fuck,
my
nah,
show.
nah, nah, it's not. Shout out to Cam Capone. I known the homie for years, and yeah, it's a blessing to be here, dog.
You're
Hell
going
yeah.
way back.
Hell yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I figured we would just start from the beginning. If you could let them know, where you're from, where you grew up, what it was like for you.
I'm from the San Gabriel Valley, West Covina. Life is ups and downs, smiles and frowns. Typical same shit that everybody goes through. My mom was a single mother. My dad was in Mexico. The way I grew up though, it was kind of like I grew up with my brothers because my mom she had moved to Georgia, so I had to fucking thug it out with my brothers. She tried to send me to Mexico, and I went over there for a little bit, and I wasn't really feeling that shit. And I was there for like 3 years because I had no choice. And then I came back, and then after that, I stood out here. But at the same time, I was coming back and forth and shit.
What was school like for you?
That's the only thing. I really didn't get to experience school too much, to be honest. I did elementary, I did middle, and then high school. I really didn't get to do no high school, though. I did continuation for like a couple months. But I
And
was in Mexico from like 15, 16. I believe even up to I think from 14, 15, 16 I was in Mexico, and then I was coming back. Like I said, I was coming back and forth at the same time. But I mean, I didn't go to school in Mexico, so I was just.
did you go to Mexico because you like in trouble there, trying to get you away from things,
It
or?
was just what it was. It was that my brothers we didn't have shit here, dog. Like at the same, like pretty much my mom she took off. I was supposed to go with her, and I was like, then I wasn't trying to go to Georgia. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm staying. So I stood here, and then when she took off, my brothers were like, shit, what we gonna do with you? They sent my ass to my dad's. So then I went to Mexico, and I remember them dropping me off. I remember this shit too. They took me, and I remember my brother Smilone looked at Taz, and he was like, damn fool, we gonna leave this fool here? Cause that shit, it's a whole different world over there, my boy. It's nothing like over here. So I just stood over there. But no, it wasn't no, I mean, little bullshit here and there, but it wasn't nothing like that. It was just I had nowhere else to go.
You come back?
Yeah, I came back.
And what's it like when you come back? Your brothers getting into trouble?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
take it.
my brothers were already, in the mix and shit. And then I came back, and they were already in the music too though. They were already rapping and shit. So then I came back and I seen that, and I was starting to go shows with them and shit like that.
Were you rapping at the time?
Nah,
So you,
nah, not like that. I was writing when I was in Mexico. I was writing and shit. I had notepads, dog, and just gang of lyrics. I remember my dad threw those motherfuckers away. I was like, what the, thinking I wasn't ever gonna do nothing with it, Yeah.
did you try to get a job
I,
at
w- I
all?
was working at a liquor store, and in Mexico. Yeah, I was working at a liquor store. I was there for like 2 years, and but that shit, like the money over there is different, dog. I was like getting like, well, I think it's 500 pesos or some shit a week. And I believe that in that time, I think the dollar was 10 pesos. So I was making like $50 a week. But the life, like living over there, is cheaper too. So it kind of like evens out, but it's kind of like crazy, dog, to come from over here. Because when I was out here, I was doing my shit too as a youngster. So it was kind of like, damn, like to go over there and just get $50 a week, it was kind of crazy. But then I
Hey,
started hustling out there, and honestly, I learned how to really hustle in Mexico, straight up. I learned how to make money in Mexico for sure. Yeah.
okay. So you're in Mexico. You're making money. What makes you come back?
I've been wanting to come back, but then yeah, I don't even want to get into what the real reason why, but pretty much it got a little hot over there and I had to come back. It got hot and I came back, and then my brothers fucking they had a little apartment and shit, and I started just living on the couch. And I think they put me in continuation for like 3 months, and it just fell off on that shit.
And your mom wasn't trying to get you to go live with her?
Yeah, she was, but I wasn't on that for sure.
Already, like,
Yeah, I from the gate, from when once she had a flight ticket for me, dog, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I was at the airport with her, with my brother, one of my tias, and my mom's. She had my bags packed. I was like, I'm not going. I'm sorry, mom, I'm not going. And she was all crying and shit, and she laughed, and I stood. Youngest.
damn.
Yeah, I just couldn't see myself in Georgia, dog. Like in the whole, I just, there's no way. I love California, dog. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what happened right there.
So you're back out here, try to go to school for a little bit. That doesn't work. Yeah, what are you doing with yourself on a day-to-day basis?
Well, like I said, I was writing music over there. So then when I came back, my brothers were rapping. They're already in the studio and shit. Because before I left, I had made that connect with Snapper and them. Because what I did is Snapper had these. I used to go to school. I was in middle school with one of Snapper's nephews, and he gave me like a flyer, and it had like a phone number on there. So I called it, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was Yogi. I was like, "This is Yogi. Me and my brothers, we rap, whoopty whoop." But I didn't rap. I was just over here just gassing it up. And then they called back, and it was Snaps. And then I passed them the phone to my brothers, and then that's how they ended up connecting. And then that's when my mom left to Georgia, and then I went to Mexico, and then that's how they already plugged up. So when they plugged up, I was out there. So when I came back, they were already in motion and shit.
Okay, so that's, they hooked up with Snapper, and when you're in Mexico for those 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you came back,
they were already in motion.
They were
sure.
in motion. Everything, they were linked. Oh, okay, so you
yeah,
went
they
right
already
into
had
it.
like, I think they had the no warning shot shit coming out and all that shit. All that shit was happening while I was over there. But at the same time, like I said, I would come visit and I would stay for like 2-3 months, and then I'll go back, and then I'll come back, and I was always coming back. Like through the years, I was coming like 2-3 times a year, even more probably.
Okay, so what was those times like when the Capone beef and everything, and you guys were with Snapper at the time? What was that like?
Shit, for me, I mean, it's kind of like, for me, dog, it was more like I was just riding with my brothers, so I can't really like, I would never get into detail about it because there was really nothing I could really say because it wasn't my beef. I was just with my brothers, and there was just beef. Hey, we don't get along with these fools. I was just hearing shit like, okay, this is what it is. All right, cool. I would go to shows, and we would already know, like, all right, we ain't f***ing with these fools, and that's what it was. But I wasn't involved with it because it had nothing to do with me, you know? So it was that type of vibe.
And you guys never dissed Capone?
Me personally, no.
Okay.
Yeah, my
your
brothers did. Yeah,
your brothers
yeah.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did, but me personally, I never dissed Capone.
Okay. And did you ever put any songs out on
Yeah,
Snapper?
I actually did. So what happened is when I came back, we started my brothers were working on their album at that time. But like I said, I was already writing lyrics in Mexico. So when I came back, I had already like a little, I had my flow and shit. So I started spitting for these fools, and then they threw me on their shit. So I did my first song was Gage and Glocks, and then I jumped on like 2-3 other tracks on their album. So I'm on like 4 or 5 tracks on their first album. And then I'm not too sure what the timing and shit, but I don't know if No Warning Shots dropped first or if 626 album dropped first. But I had a solo track on the No Warning Shots album, and then I had a feature I did on the No Warning Shots album, like with 2 other homies and shit.
This comes out. Are you guys going to car shows? Are you running into High Power?
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. So we actually, I'll talk about one. We did like 2 shows. So look, one show we did in Arizona. It was a Snapper and my boy Wino from OC Santa Ana, and then it was me and like a few other homies, and we put up to this car show in Arizona, I believe, and we were right there, and we were selling CDs and shit, and some fool pulled up, and he was like, "Hey, High Power's here." I just remember that. I was young though. I was like 17, 18, and I was like, "What? What's up? Who fool? Like, what's up, Snaps?" And he's like, oh, nah, fool, these fools are here. So we started packing our shit. We packed up all the shit, put it away, and we just went on a stroll through the whole car show looking for this fool in a high power shirt. And we came across this dude, and he had a big ass HPG on the back of his shirt. And there's footage of that shit, and pretty much we threw down with that fool and his whole team, and we had a good little squabble and shit.
Okay, I think I remember. I think I was at that show.
Were you?
I think so, man. Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
remember that, man.
that was
Like
years
I
ago.
think I knew the dude. I think his name was James. Maybe
Like a white dude and shit.
was he a white dude?
He looked like a white dude. I don't even know who
It's
he
been
is.
so long, but yeah.
I was just rolling with the homies, doing what I had to do, you know.
Shit. So Snapper was you guys were like out there,
but I wasn't. My brothers weren't there though. It was just me. It was me, and like I said, one of my boys and like a few other homies. Man, that's a crazy story, but yeah, that shit went down.
Okay, now you guys are out there doing shows. I mean, you know, they would be deep.
Hell yeah.
They'd be like at least 20.
But see, the thing is with this one is they it's out of state. And it wasn't none of the real members. It was like, I don't know. I don't even know if he was like really with them, but it looked like it because they have these in the t-shirts with the HPGs, the fucking high power everywhere. So it looked like he was, you know, he was part of them, but it wasn't like Capone or Criminal or none of them.
Okay, now you're putting out music. You're with Snapper. How was that whole experience like for you?
It was cool. I was the youngster around. I was going to all the car shows with them. I learned how to sell CDs and hustling with them. I was a hustler, my boy. So when I would go to these car shows with them, when I learned like, okay, so what's up, Snaps? How we doing this? He's like, look, sell these CDs, shoot me $3 a pop. I was like, cool. I started flipping my shit. Every car show I would go to with them, I was young. I was a youngster, so I was over here fucking grinding, just flipping this shit, making money. Yeah, just breaking them off and then getting my money, and then it was cool, dog. Like it was a cool experience and shit.
Did Snapper treat you good on the label?
I wasn't signed to them though, so he was good. Nah, you know what? Yeah, Snapper was cool people, dog. I'm not gonna say he wasn't. He was good, and we have a lot of good memories with Snaps. And hell yeah.
Did he teach you a lot?
I learned a lot. I could say that. I don't know if he teach me, but I learned a lot just from watching. Yeah, I would watch him and watch my brothers and see how they were moving, and I would be like, okay. I was soaking up game.
Snapper got to do an interview.
Hell yeah, he does. He needs to come back and respond to everything.
You know, it's been a minute. Snapper, hit me up.
Yeah, come back, Snaps. It's all love, my boy. It's all love, shit. It's always been love. You know, we don't got beef with him and shit. It's just we just went our separate ways. You know, he ended up, you know, long story short, people don't know, but this is what it is. What happened with us is that he was around certain people that we didn't get along with, and he picked his side, and we were already our side, and we just let it is what it is, you know, and that's it. So you go your way, we go our way, but it was never Snapper, it was never like that. It was just like, all right, cool. You chose your side, you stay over there, we're gonna do us, and that's it. That's how we left it.
So you start going solo. Is this where you start going solo?
Nah, cause shit, let me see. Okay, so I was rolling with them, I was doing my thing with them, and then pretty much I was trying to get at Snapper about like doing an album with him, cause I was rolling with them, so I was like, I mean, I guess this is the team, right? This is the squad. So I was like, hey, what's up, fool? I want to do my shit. How can I get my album started? So then Snapper was like, at first he was like cool with it, like yeah, we're gonna do it. But then when I was like really ready, like, hey, fool, let's get this shit, he was like, oh, bro, like I'm too focused on my shit and your brothers, and you know you're gonna have to wait. But like I said, I was already young. I was young, fool, and hungry, dog. And I was just like, nah, I'm gonna do this shit. I need to get it. And my boy Lyrical, you remember, you know Lyrical?
Yeah.
He was from Snapper's crew too at a time, and he was from Maglock, and he's from Santa Ana, and he had a plug, and he was already gonna leave. He pretty much told me like, hey, fool, I'm gonna leave the camp. Like I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna do my own thing. So I was like, shit, well, I am too. You know, I got nothing here anyways. I mean, just my brothers, but I mean, they're gonna stay because they had a contract with them. So I'm gonna just do me. So I dipped, with Lyrical, and then he had a plug with a certain guy, which was Joseph F, and which is Lockdown Records, and they pretty much gave me like a cool, I mean, a whack ass deal. No disrespect, Joe, but you know, it was a whack ass deal, but it was good for me at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I took it, and all I wanted though at that time, all I wanted was my fucking CD, because I remember selling CDs. That shit was like dope to me. So I was just like, I need CDs so I can fucking make my money, but I need my face on that shit. Cause I was selling Snapper CDs at my brother's, and my face wasn't on it. So I was like, shit, if I can make money with that, if I get a CD with my fucking face on it, it's over. So that's how it went. I pretty much started getting into I got into the studio. I had my homie Rascal had his own little studio in the crib. Started recording, and it was nonstop, dog. I just started building my shit. I created my own little label, which was Murder Squad at the time. I got at my brothers like, hey, fool, I'm doing this. You fools want to roll? But you know, at the same time, I feel like my brothers are probably like, fool, like, you young, like, you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, man, Snapper's the experienced one. You the youngster that's trying to soak it up. Yeah, we're gonna stay here for a little bit and figure this out, you know? So it was cool. I let them do their thing. But then eventually I feel like they started noticing, like, okay, I had a whole team. I had a whole squad with me. Gang of homies from everywhere, and we were just doing it up.
What was the energy like when the warning shots and no warning shots came out? Like from like before the car show, like the before it and like after it.
It was I mean, I can't say before because I wasn't around like that before. I think when I really came in the picture, it was already cracking. Okay. But what I could say is when I left Snapper, I started my own camp, and I feel like a lot of that shit followed me. Cause I feel like a lot of fools were still like, oh, that's 626 brother. Oh, he used to roll with Snaps. Or he still rolls with them, and that shit started following me. So then that's when I hit the San Bernardino car show. But by then my brothers had already left Snaps and then joined with me. But I already had the ball rolling. And I was just on some like, man, I'm gonna hit this car show, and I'm gonna just let these fools know, like, this ain't Snapper, and if you fools got an issue with me, then let's run that shit, get it out the way, and just leave me the fuck alone. I'm just trying to get my money, pretty much, you know. And I hit the San Bernardino car show, and it was a big old scene. And you know who was with me? Shout out to Al Boy. Al Boy was with me right there. We got maced and everything. It was like a big old drama right there.
Well, I had to have been there.
That was like 2009, I believe.
Yeah. I think I remember that. I didn't know you were with Elboy. I remember Elboy having some problems with
I was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was us right there for sure. We got that shit cracking. And so yeah, bro. So that's what happened that day. And then after that, that's when Frank Nitty called me. Frank Nitty called me the next day, and he had a criminal on the line, 3-way. And he was like, hey, bro, he's like, I got criminal on the line. You know, he wants to chop it up with you about like squashing all this shit. And then me and criminal talking. He was just like, what's up, bro? And I was just like, man, dog, like, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me, but I feel like everybody's trying to, you know, attack me for Snapper's beefs. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me, but I ain't no sucker, dog, and I got my people with me, and we're trying to make our money, and then fools are like shutting our shit down, so we're like, nah, that, you know? So then criminal's just like, nah, I'm gonna talk to my team, talk to yours, let's just squash this shit. And that's what we did. We actually did a song, it's called End the Beef, and we squashed it.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that shit came out in 2010, that song. And that was like unheard of, because a lot of people in that time was surprised to have pretty much Maglock artists and High Power on the same song, you know? So we did that.
I remember seeing some of you and Big Locote going at it.
Yeah, we went at it too. Yeah.
What all happened with that?
Man, that's a good question. I don't even remember what the fuck happened with that. I don't know, man.
Did you guys ever meet? Were you guys friends, or it was just you guys just started dissing each other?
I believe. I'm trying to think. I honestly, I can't even recall why that shit. Man, that's what, like 10, 15 years ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, but I did run into him. I ran into him at the Frank Nitty. He had a Unity party. Were you there?
Shit, how long? When was this?
That was like in that time, like 2011, 2010, 12.
I'm not sure. I
Around
hit
that
a few
time.
of his unity parties.
It was
I went
around
to a
that
few of
time.
them.
We went to that, and he had got at me, and he was just like, hey, he's like, you know, Locote's gonna be here, but let's just, you know, keep it peaceful. And but we had already like kind of like we were kind of like already like the beef was already like faded and shit. It wasn't even that serious no more. And then Locote was on the same page, so we were there. I was there on my team. He was there with his. But I was young, like I said, and I just couldn't keep my composure. And I was just like, man, that, like I need to talk to this fool, you know. So then I did. I was like, hey, I need to holler at you, my boy. Let me chop it up with you. And we went outside, and then boom, we didn't get down, luckily, but it almost went down.
You guys started arguing.
Yeah,
and shit?
it almost. He tried. I think he tried to. I forgot what happened, dog. I think he tried to shake my hand or something. And I was just like, nah, hell no, I ain't gonna shake your hand or some shit like that. And then it got all stupid. But you know what? Like fast forward to now, it's all love, dog. Like I see him, and I seen his recent interview. I seen like clips of it, and it looks like he's doing good, and you know, nothing but respect. It's all love. I got no beef with him. I'm over that shit, you know. But that's history that's my history in the music shit. It's part of it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're finally able to put your own music out and everything. How's that start going for you? And you know what I'm saying? What are the struggles that you go through with that?
I mean, for me, it was cool because all I wanted in that time, all I wanted was a CD with my face on it. That was like the main thing for me. I just need CDs. I need CDs. So I would go through Joseph. I would turn in the album. He'll give me 1,000 CDs and some posters, and I'm out. I didn't give what he did with the album. I just went and did my thing and hit the streets every swap meet. I'll be everywhere, dog. While I'm having these beefs, I was everywhere in the IE, LA, SGV, everywhere. San Diego, OC, just pushing CDs, and I feel like I never had like a hiccup because I was just my grind. My grind was like pushing CDs, and then that's when the Apple Music and all that shit came, and then the transition was a little different, but I adapted to it, and you know we're good right there now. But that shit was a big difference.
I kind of feel like you were always on the YouTube stuff.
I've had YouTube since 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've been always consistent with it though, right?
Yeah. Like, remember I had the Murder Squad TV.
Murder Squad TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, that was Blue Devil though.
Okay.
Yeah. So Blue Devil. What happened right there? Shit. Well, see, Blue Devil. I met him at a concert that we did with Snapper, and that was like probably one of the first shows I went to, and it was in Centro, or no, Calexico. It was in Calexico, and I remember selling CDs right there, and then I met that fool. We stood at his mom's pad, actually. He took us to his mom's pad, and we stood right there while we were out there. And then after that, we just clicked. Like, we knew all his homies and shit. Like he was always good, you know, good homie and shit, and we were just cool. We clicked, and then he ended up living, like, close to me and shit, like, after that. And then he was like, hey, fool, like, I got a camera. Like, why don't you just take it with you and just... And I was like, shit, shoot it. So then I would just take the camera everywhere, and I was just getting footage everywhere. And then he knew how to edit, and then he created a YouTube channel, and then he just started uploading all that shit.
Damn.
Yeah. But it started with him. With the YouTube, it was me and him, but he was the one that did the editing and created the YouTube and all that shit.
That was definitely a good idea.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You back then and
back
shit.
Back then, dog, who was doing that?
Yeah, nobody was doing it like that.
Yeah, I remember a lot of the artists in those times would hit me up like, hey, come through, fool. Like, bring your camera. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I remember that.
Yeah. But Blue Devil would roll too. He would roll me to some of them, and he'll do the footage and shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Definitely ahead of your time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because YouTube was not like it is now. That shit was literally like dead and shit back in. Like, we would upload that shit and get no views. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. But it was building, and you could still go through that footage till this day. You could go on it right now and look it up, and all that shit's there.
Damn.
A lot of history, dog. Like, a lot of shit. Like, good memories in there too. Like, there's a lot of shit. I go through that shit sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I remember that shit. Like, a gang of shit.
Do you go on any tours?
In those times?
Yeah.
Nah, hell nah. Did I? We did try to do a tour. But see, like, in all these times, dog, I was literally like the youngster. I wasn't like grown yet. I feel like I was still like a fucking kid, just rolling with older fools. So like, cause it was really like my brothers, but then like I started trying to do my thing, but I was still like a youngster trying to be a boss, you know, youngest trying to be a boss.
You never had the urge to get out there, and so you never tried to book no shows or anything, or
Nah, we did shows, little like I started building and shit, and then I started getting shows, and I remember I did a show in St. Paul, Minnesota. Man, that shit was dead, fool. I had like 4 people there.
no shit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that shit was whack.
I mean, because you got songs with views.
No, but this is before all that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
before
no,
that.
before all that, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Little Uno, I dissed him because I was being a knucklehead and shit, but fast forward to now, like, I chopped it up with him recently, and, I seen him at the Conejo show, and, I came at him, I'm not going to say I came at him sideways, but, I was just on that energy trying to see where we were at with it, but, like, I give him my respect because, he's reaching out right now, and he's showing me a lot of love, and it's hard to come by people like that. And he coming, he keeping it solid as in as being a good person, dog. I don't know how his business is or none of that, but as him reaching out to me and like trying to get me on these shows and certain things like that, I respect it because I dissed him and all that. And he don't gotta reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give him a shout out for that because I respect that shit.
Did you ever work with Fingers?
Hell yeah, I worked with Fingers in 2010. That was like my first session with him, but it wasn't great because I feel like the songs were like I feel like Fingers did good on the songs. He delivered. He gave me a hard beats, gave me some hard ass beats, good hooks, but I just wasn't. I don't think I was ready for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I did my song Champion, and then I did a Kiss and Make Up with Lala. Remember Lala Romero?
Yep.
Yeah, I did one with her, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool. But fast forward now, I got actually one song with him right now with Bravo the Back Chaser.
Yep.
Yeah, I got one with him and Fingers on the same track, and then I got another one with Fingers on some like funky shit, like some lowrider West Coast shit. Yeah,
Okay. That's what's up.
yeah.
Cause he was the guy to go to back then.
Hell yeah,
He was
that
like
was the Dre.
Yeah.
That was the Chicano, the
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the Chicano rap Dre.
And he had all the hits. Him and Flossie.
Yeah, yeah.
Working together.
Shout out to Flossie.
Shout out to Flossie.
Too.
Little Rob, Capone, Criminal.
Yeah.
All had big hits with him.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
He was killing it.
Shout out to Capone too. I had a meeting with Capone. I had to sit down with him. We had to sit down about a project. Actually, it was when I had that song I did with the game.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Capone sat down about that. He wanted to do a deal with that album, but it didn't work out. But shout out to Capone. He's good people. I ain't gonna lie. He's cool people, dog. Yeah.
That's what's up. How'd you link up with the game?
I did a song. It's called Rumors in the Street, and I reference a bar on there where I said rushing any hater on sight like Game did a 40. And I sent that shit to Tato, which was his manager at the time. And then he reached back and he was like, "Who's that on the first verse?" I was like, "That's me." And he's like, "Call me." And I was like, "Shit, shoot me your number." You know what I'm saying? He shot me his number. Or I think I gave him my number. Then he called me and he was just like, he's like, "That was you?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He's like, "Man, that shit hard, bro." He's like, "I'm gonna show Game." I was like, "Hell yeah, show him." And then he fast forward, he was like, "I'm gonna get you in the studio with him." And he did. A couple weeks later, I was in the studio with him.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was right there with him. We did the song. And after that, probably like a couple months after that, he had a show at the Observatory, and I was an opener. So I hit up Tato and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be at that show." And he's like, "I'm gonna get you backstage with us." I was like, "All right, cool, bet." And he did. He took me backstage, and then that's when Game. I don't know if did you see that video?
I did.
When Game brings me out and shit.
Brings you out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That was that day. Shout out to Tato for that. He made that shit happen.
That was crazy, man. That was big.
And
that
those
huge.
times, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was dope shit, man.
Yeah.
Now this comes out, how does the song impact you? Or
you know what the thing with that song is, I held on to that shit too long. I don't know if you remember, but I had that shit for like 3 years before I dropped it.
Oh,
Remember
shit.
back then, dog? It wasn't like now, where you just record and drop. Like back then, it was like, oh, hold on to it because we could get radio play, we could do this, we could do that, and I feel like holding it. And the thing is that I remember because I wasn't too savvy on YouTube and shit, and I remember uploading my shit, and I accidentally put public, so the shit uploaded, and I just remember getting comments, and I was like, what is this? I was like, oh shit, it's up, and I had to take it down, but it kind of like already like I feel like people see like just that little, I don't know, dog, it just it up. I feel like it did. That releasing it and then taking it off and then holding it for 3 years, I feel people are already over it. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't care about that shit no more. You know?
You guys, so even 3 years after you guys did the show together, you still waited. It was 3 years after that before the official song came out. So you guys performed the song, right?
No, we didn't perform it.
You didn't perform
No, he just brought me out. No, it wasn't out.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't out.
I
Cause I put that footage in the video. Yeah. So it wasn't out.
Okay, I see. Things change. 3 years is a long time.
Yeah, come on, you know?
Yeah. Damn.
I remember Frost got at me too, and he's like, hold on to it. Don't drop it. And I was just like, a lot of people were telling me that. See, everybody was just like, yeah, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it. And at the end of the day, it was just like, man, I'm gonna drop this shit. I just dropped it.
Damn.
But I mean, it got it. You know, it did it did all right. Got 1 million streams, over 1 million streams, over 1 million views. You're talking what, 10 years ago? You know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it did good. It was all right.
It's good for the time, for sure.
Who else got a song with the game like that? A lot of artists, but not like that. I'm gonna round me out on stage. Show me love.
Yeah, not a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Game hasn't brought a lot of people out on stage, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I remember. He pulled out a fucking bottle of Ciroc, and he's like, "Come on, down this shit." But I feel like that fool tricked me, dog, because he downed one, and I feel like I could have sworn that I heard after that it was water, because this motherfucker was downing a whole bottle full of just vodka, dog. I'm just like, what the like, and I tried, fool, and I was like, nah, hell nah, I almost threw up on stage. Straight up, fool. That shit was too much. I was like, nah, hell nah. I remember leaving that night, and I remember I was backstage with him, and that fool, he was up though, so it probably was real. Cause I remember coming out, he was like, "Where YB at? Where YB at?" And I was like, "What's up, G?" He's like, "What's up, dog?" And we took a photo, and then he showed me love right there, and then that was it. I never seen him ever since, but he showed me love though. Shout out to the game for sure.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What's up, man? Well, what were some of your biggest songs?
I would say one of my, well, I mean, cause my Little Yogi days. I mean, I would say "Dreaming My Life Away," "So Tasty." Those for sure are like my biggest ones. And then I would say after that, as YBE, I would say Rumors in the Street. Rumors in the Street, Bill Gates with Stupid Young, Say Less with Baldacci. Man, there's just so many, dog. It's so hard to even think of them. It's a few though. It's a few. Orale, that shit hit like 20 million views. Más Firme with Cholo Fit Creeper.
I remember,
yeah. Remember that one? That shit cool right there. What else? It's a few, dog. It's a few for sure. In the Millions. Oh, Dreams. Dreams was a good one too. That was a big one. You know, that one caught the ear of Andy Ruiz. That was sick as I remember he reached out to me, and he was nobody at this time. He had like 20,000 followers. And he was just like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "This song right here changed my life, bro. I'm a big fan of this shit." I was like, "Hell yeah, good looking out." And then he had that fight with Joshua, and overnight success, blew the. And it was cool because he really with that song like hard, dog. And he invited me to a party. I pulled up to his party, and I remember that day. He once I got there, he got at me, and he was just like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "That song changed my life, dog." He's like, "I remember." He told me, he's like, "I was sitting." He's like, I remember sitting on my stairs. He's like, and I felt like I was gonna lose it all. He's like, and I heard your song. He's like, and that shit motivated me. He's like, look at me now. And I was like, damn, that's what's up, dog.
Okay, because I remember you guys linked up.
Yeah. It was because of that song. It was because of that song, and also because of the homie Mike Savage, from Strength Cartel, and the homie Chente, which is one of Andy's boys, which is the homie. He's the homie and shit. Yeah.
You link up with Andy, the
Yeah.
Destroyer. He likes your song, likes your music. I remember seeing you guys
Yeah.
linked up, man. So what was that like? You know, because you was hanging out with him. He was the heavyweight champ of the world.
Straight up. Yeah. We were chilling, dog. It was cool, dog. He showed me a lot of love. Like I said, he was a big fan of that song. And then after that, he just embraced me, dog. He showed me a lot of love. Um, I would be kicking in with these fools all the time, barbecuing, just going to Vegas, just going to all these fools' cribs, just like living that life without even like having it like that, but just being there with them, just experiencing this shit. So it was cool, dog. Like that fool showed me a lot of love, dog. So shout out to my boy Andy. Hell yeah.
Damn, that's what's up.
It's crazy though. It tripped me out that my song like reached him like that. We actually, I'm gonna put it out there. We have music together.
Oh, okay.
I took him to the studio and started recording. He raps on the. I got songs with him where he's rapping.
No shit.
Yeah.
Is he a good rapper?
Hell yeah. I wrote it. Nah,
Okay.
shout out my boy though. I have him, but I will never drop him till he wants them out there. So if he wants to drop them, he already know. He knows what's up. We could get that out there, but yeah, we got like cause he bought a pad in Vegas, and it had a studio. So I remember going over there and we just started working on shit. And his little brother, wanted to rap. Which shout out to OTM, which is Dan. Danny. Shout out to Danny. And we started working on music for him because he wanted to rap. So I started helping him out with like making music and shit. And then Andy was getting pumped up, and he was just like, "Man, write me some shit." So then I wrote him some shit, and then we recorded, and then next thing you know, we got like 3 tracks. I think we got like 3. Yeah.
He's got a studio. So is he trying to get in the music business?
Nah. He bought that pad from who is it Stevie J, the Spring Love?
Okay.
Yeah, it was that dude's pad. So he
Okay.
bought that one, and it had a studio already in there, so we were just with it. Yeah. We brought some engineer in, and he was just recording all the shit for us.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that shit was cool, dog. Cool shit.
George Lopez.
Yeah. George Lopez came through too.
So what all happened with that?
That was just me being a fool. Like, I did a song. I was a fan. Did a song for him. Pulled up to his show. I got free tickets. I pulled up. I remember I was in the crowd, and I was just like, when they would have breaks, like when the commercials would happen, he would have a break. So I just remember getting up, and I was like, "Hey, homie, I got a CD for you." And that fool looked, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "I got a CD." And he's like, "Come here." I was like, "Cool." So I ran down there, and I was like, "Here, boom." This fool pulls out his marker, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Nah, fool, it's a CD. And I made a song for you, dog. Check that shit out." And he's like, "Oh, you did it for me?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, cool." And then he ends up, he didn't hear it and shit, but I don't know. Like after the show, he was on the show, and he's like, "Yeah, everybody, whoop de whoop." He's ending the show, and then he's like, "Man, we got a rapper in the house." He's like, "He made a song for me." He's like, what'd he say? He's like, "He made a song for me." He's like, "You want to perform?" He told me like that, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Hell yeah." He's like, "Come on then." And I was like, "Say less." So I ran down there, gave me the mic, and I was like, "All right, what's up? Play the song." And he's like, "Nah." He's like, "Just start rapping, and they're gonna make a beat for you." So he had a live band. So then I performed. They made the beat. It was kind of off though. I'm not gonna lie, because I wasn't used to performing to a live band and whatever. I did it.
Preparation.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared. I did it, and then he took me backstage. I met Mike Tyson back there. I met Big Boy. He kind of shined me off, but it's all good. And yeah, it was cool. Look, I'll tell you the story with Big Boy. I put up to Big Boy and I gave him my CD, right? I was like, "Check it out, my boy. Like, I do music." And he was just like, he's like, "Oh," like, but I felt it. Like, the energy was just off, dog. Like, it wasn't like, because I spoke on him before, and I seen people say like, "Oh, maybe he just, he doesn't do that." But it wasn't that. It was just the energy was very off. Like, you could just tell he was just like, "Nah, I'm good," And I was like, come on, homie, like, I'm over here trying to, just shoot you my shit. But I was like, whatever. So I walked away, and then George walked up, and he's like, what's up, bro? And then he showed me love. We took a photo, and then he was like, he's like, oh, Big Boy's here. And I was like, yeah. He's like, did you give him your CD? And I was like, yeah, I tried to, but he didn't want to take it. He's like, come on. And he goes, hey, Big Boy, hey, you meet my homie right here? He's like, he does music. He's like, he trying to give you a CD? He's like, oh, no. He's like, I didn't meet him. He's like, I met him, but I didn't know he did music. And he was just playing the role for, and I gave him this, and pretty much I handed him the CD, but I didn't really want to, but he ended up taking the CD.
Yeah. No shit.
But it took George to take me over there to make that happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah. But he greeted me like with love after that.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a little cold shot, but it's part of the game. On the hater world, I spoke on it, and sometimes you say shit out of just anger and shit, or just feeling some type of way. But at the same time, like, man, I ain't tripping on that. That's Big Boy, and much respect to him. But fast forward now, like, I feel like I'm putting in my work, and I'm still here putting in my work. So maybe one day I'll sit down with him and talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. But they never aired it. They never aired your part.
Yeah,
Lopez never aired
thank
it.
God, straight up. But yeah, they had me sign documents and shit, release forms, but they didn't. They never aired it, and I performed there 3 times.
Oh,
I went back like 2 other times. And
you did?
He put me on every time.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I had the homie also at one of them. Remember Also Vicious?
Yep.
Shout out to Also. I had him. He was there. He witnessed it once. And then I went 3 times. Performed 3 times.
You perform the same thing every time?
Yep. At the Lopez tonight show.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
But they never aired it.
Damn.
Dropped the ball, huh?
Nah, I mean, shit.
Nah, it's cool. It's part of the game, dog. Honestly, I feel like I wasn't ready, dog. Like, it wasn't my time, straight up. But it was a good experience. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool, dog, for sure.
Why'd you change your name?
Because of Flossie.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Flossie. Nah, for real though, it was Flossie had something to do with it, but it was also my partner from the label and shit. He was like, damn, fool, he's like that Little Yogi. Like, man, I don't think it's gonna, because in those times, fool, like, in those times there was too much of that, like too much Little Yogis, too much Littles, too much Misters, too much of all that, So I was just trying to switch it up, but I just felt like now I'm like, I wish I would have kept that shit. I'm still Yogi. I mean, my homies call me Yogi. I'm still Yogi. But yeah, it just, I feel like the name could work now in these times. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I even thought about it, like, man, I should just come back with a Yogi album, just
drop old school.
Yeah, just keep it YOGI Yogi. Take off the little and just keep it Yogi.
Okay.
I've thought about it. But then I'm just like, man, there's the transitions again, and then the Spotify's and starting all over, because that's going to be a whole start over. I have a Little Yogi Spotify and I have a YBE Spotify. And the crazy thing is, the Little Yogi Spotify is more up than the YBE.
Shit, I guess you can always just add to it, right?
Yeah, but I would have to keep it Little Yogi.
Right.
But I mean, Little Rob's still Little Rob, right?
Yeah.
Little Wayne's still Little Wayne.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I might do that though.
Yeah, fuck it.
But like the monthly listeners on the Little Yogi are higher, but the views on the songs are higher in the YB. So like the YB one, I think I have like 30 something K monthly listeners, and then the Little Yogi I have like 60K monthly listeners. But then the songs on the Little Yogi are only like 400 or 500K. And then the songs in the YBs are like 2 million, 3 million type shit. So it's kind of like, there's more people. It's like there's more monthly listeners on the Little Yogi, but these certain songs on the YB ones are getting played more. Crazy shit, huh? Yeah. How'd that work?
At one point, Cholo Fit Creeper starts blowing up. Oh, man, like his shit is... Man, this shit is funny as hell, man.
Hell
yeah. He starts going crazy on the internet, and you guys link up and do a song.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Creeper. That's my primo right there. Shout out to him. He I presented the song to him, and I was like, "Look, bro, check this out. Trying to see you want to pull it to the video." And he heard it, and he was like, "Oh, that." He's like, "Hell, yes, I don't even do music videos." He's like, "But you know what? I this." He's like, "I'm gonna pull up," and he pulled up, dog. And it was funny, dog. Like it was like comedy the whole fucking day, dog. Like all the homies, everybody there was just having a good time because of him. He was just clowning, dog. And he actually did get faded.
No
He
shit.
got fucked up. That got faded, and but it was cool, dog. Like it was like we kind of try to like we kind of like the whole vision of that video was kind of trying to like bring back like a Friday vibe, but like some Mexican shit, you know. Like the video was kind of like some Friday shit. That was the vibe. If you look at the text of the cover, like the Mas Firme, it's the same fonts as like the Friday movie. So it was kind of like that type of vibe. It was cool though. It was good working with him. You know, working with Stupid Young was cool. Shout out to my boy Badachi. That was a good one too. Hell yeah, say less. That was actually like I feel like when I did all those, I feel like that's what like brought me back, gave me like another highlight. You know,
That's what's up,
yeah, those songs did pretty
man.
good.
Yeah, man. You've always been consistent. You've always
Yeah,
been able to like, even through different errors and
hell
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying, things going on, man. It's like you're always like pushing through and still
yeah,
making good music. And
yeah,
people still fuck
definitely,
with it.
definitely, dog. You get with it or get lost, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I gotta. It's hard though, man, cause shit, like you said, I went through a few eras, low key, you know, and gotta keep up, dog, and but I also feel like the music at the end of the day, it's all about the music for me. So I always knew I could keep up no matter what. Like I just knew like I got it in me. I'm gonna make this shit happen no matter what. And I always figured it out. I found the cheat codes to do what I gotta do to stay relevant and do it, keep the shit going.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what's up. Well, what all are you working on now?
I got a new album right now. It's called Pemex. You know what Pemex is? It's a gas station in Mexico.
Okay.
So it's like Mexican gas, just hard ass music, dope ass album. I got not too many features. I just got the one with Bravo the Bag Chaser, I believe, and I got fingers on a few, and then some beats from by my boy Talent. Shout out my boy Beats by Talent, and a few other producers. But yeah, that's a good album right there. It's actually I got a it's like a corrido like hip hop. I got like some corrido hip hop tracks on there, but then I also got like some street bangers on it. I was gonna keep it like that corrido vibe, but then I'm kind of like, nah, I'm gonna mix it all up. I'm gonna just throw all these in there and just drop this shit. Just number he rocks.
You showed me one of them.
Yeah, what would you do?
What would you do remix? Bringing the old school West Coast
Yeah,
back,
hell
man.
yeah,
That's one beat I don't know if I've heard anybody redo, which is kind of crazy because
hell no.
that song was tight.
Yeah, that's that, and that original was already a classic.
Yeah.
And like you said, I never heard nobody touch that one.
I don't think I have, man.
Now I know I'm gonna have to drop this video before this comes out. Hey, fool, now it's gonna come out before you dip, my boy. For sure. Now I got a new. Actually, I just collabed with Rich G from Brownside.
Yep.
Yeah, I just did one with him, and that's just cool. Like that's like he's an old school singer, but man, that fool killed that shit, bro. Like he killed that hook I did and that hook for my track, and it's just like some deep shit, like some deep life, like real shit.
That's what's up.
Hmm
That's dope, man. You got a lot coming up.
I got some shows coming up.
Shows coming up. Where you got the shows at?
I got the sesh up, which is August 26th, coming up. August. We in April, right? April 26th. My bad. Next week, April 26th, the sesh up. Shout out to them.
Where's that at?
It's San Fernando Valley. It's gonna be in the 818. And then I got San Diego in June 6th, I believe. And then I have I got some shit with Bobby D. He putting me on like a little tour. He's putting me on the Kings of the West.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be dope.
Who else gonna be on that tour with you?
I know for sure right now he's confirming E40, but I think Ice Cube and like a lot of heavy hitters on that shit.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm blessed to be on that one, dog. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so the flyer should be coming soon. It's gonna be dropping like anytime. I think the first show is July 12th and July 13th, from what he told me.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
That's a big tour, man. He does a lot of big stuff, a lot of things, man.
Yeah, he put me on that that Once Upon a Time in LA.
Oh, okay.
That shit was hard.
You were there the night Drakeo.
Yeah, R.I.P. Drakeo, man. That was up, dog. I remember we were there, bro, and I did my shit, and then I stood because I wanted to see, I wanted to see the performers too. So I went to the crowd. I was like, I'm gonna be in the crowd. I went to the crowd. I was watching the show, and I think Snoop was gonna come out. I believe Snoop was gonna come out already, and then you just see helicopters, just the whole show, and we're just like, what the fuck? And yeah, security just started shutting shit down, and we just started hearing rumors like, oh, it was Drakeo guy, whoop de woo, and I was like, and yeah, sure enough, later we found out that it was him, that he passed away and shit. R.I.P. to Drakeo, man. That Drakeo had a good man. He had the city on lock. He had LA on lock for a good minute. And yeah, they took one of the hardest ones in LA for sure.
It's definitely slowed down LA hip hop, man.
Hell yeah, dog. I feel like every rapper now wants to be like him. Am I tripping?
No, this is real shit.
Dog, like I'm like, damn, everybody sound like him.
Yeah, there's definitely a Drakeo style going on right now.
Like hard, sure. Like super hard.
But it's not. Yeah.
It's not the same. It's never gonna work. Like, man, we gotta. Nah. Yeah, I don't know about all that, but man, I'm proud of the new homies coming up, like Lefty and them. Lefty's killing that shit. Shout out to Lefty. Shout out to Roddy Racks. They put it on, for the SGV. So, I like to see that. We from different cities and all that, but it's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah, Lefty kind of came out of nowhere and just took off.
Yeah, he did.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he did his thing for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Shout out Mexican OT. I know there was words said between them, and man, I was like, damn, that shit kind of like. I feel like OT could answer that a little better. I ain't gonna lie.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, I guess they asked OT about Lefty, and then he answered it a certain way, and it came off a little. But me knowing OT, I feel like they chopped that shit up though. I feel like they chopped up the
he interview. Said something like, I don't need to work with Lefty or something like that.
Right? Yeah. But I think he said, I don't think he said that. He said, I don't need to work with that. But I don't think he was talking about Lefty when he said that. I feel like they cut that part and made it seem like he was talking about him. I don't know. Me knowing OT though, I just don't see him coming off like that. But I mean, yeah, I think he could have answered it better though. If he did come off like that, I would say like, yeah, that wasn't the right way to answer that.
Damn.
I don't think so. Not when somebody's showing you love.
Damn. Well, Lefty's he's got a lot of stuff with other Texas dudes coming up too.
Yeah, I just seen that he did one with D Baby.
Yeah. Yep. So he's doing a lot, man.
Shout out to OTR too for putting him on and doing what they're doing for him too. Shit.
They've been doing a lot. That's for sure.
I respect that. Hell yeah. It's just dope. I seen Bozo's new album too. That shit was hard.
Bozo got a new album?
I heard that shit. I like that shit. I actually liked his album. I went through that whole shit and I was like, man, this shit hard. Homie came through.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good music. Got a lot of talent out there, man.
Yeah.
It's just dope to see.
Definitely.
It just seems like the door is just getting kicked open more and more all the time.
Real shit, huh? For real. From back then and now, we shining now.
Yeah, it's definitely like, yeah.
Yeah, we shining, dog.
Sure.
So it's good. It's good. It's perfect timing, Perfect timing for the raza to get in and do what we gotta do. That's why I feel like, man, I gotta, like right now I just been loading up, dog. I got so much music, dog. And now I'm just shooting videos and I'm not even posting like when I'm shooting the videos. None of that. I'm just loading up. Cause what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just drop every 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna just drop nonstop. I'm gonna flood this shit.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Shit, man, I appreciate you coming by.
Hell yeah, thank you, my boy. I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. No problem, man.
Hell yeah.
It's good to see you still grinding, man.
Hell yeah.
It's been a
Likewise,
minute.
Yeah. Likewise, dog. Yeah. I see you, my boy. I've been seeing your interviews and shit, and you shining, dog. You getting it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of you, dog. Straight up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. For
Sure,
sure.
you and the hater world, dog. Like I see the homie talking, like, damn, that's what's up, dog.
Hatero's got his thing going, man.
Hell
And it's
yeah.
growing. He's getting a lot of momentum, you know.
Did you see when I crashed out on him?
Oh, when you got mad? Yeah. Yeah, I checked that. I seen that.
That shit's funny.
Oh, you went on, what was it? Was it Tony A?
Yeah.
Tony A, you went on there?
I will never go back.
Oh.
I will never go back. Nah, shout out to Hater World. Shout out to you, my boy. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's keep this shit going, dog. You know?
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.